Hey YouTube, it's Bugout, and in this video I'm excited to talk about what I believe are some of the best knives for camping, hunting, outdoors, you know, just any sort of activity that you would want a sharp-bladed object by your side. And this is a video that I've tested these products out, and I'm happy to say that I recommend all of these products on the table. Just be sure to check out the links in the description box down below, and I'll touch on some of the key features of these products as I go along. But if you guys want more detailed, like I said, just be sure to check out those links. So let's go ahead and dive right in. These products are going to range in price, but they're all under $100. The first one you're going to see is from Mora Knives. This is the Mora Companion Heavy Duty. Excellent knife, especially for the price, which is $15. It's got a great Scandinavian grind, which is a perfect grind that you're going to want for biting into wood. So if you're going to make feather sticks with a knife, or if you're going to use it to, you know, maybe sharpen the end of a stick, maybe for hot dogs or s'mores, this would be a good knife to have. The handle really fills the hand, and nice rubberized texture. Just a great little blade. The sheath is probably one of my favorite sheaths that's on the table. Actually, I think it is my favorite sheath. Nice little belt clip that you can also clip to your pocket, which I find myself doing from time to time. And then this little ramp right here helps disengage the knife beautifully. And you can get them any color that you want, pretty much. I choose orange because it's easier to find in the woods in case you drop it, especially if it's darker. The next one is from a company known as Martini, which is from Finland, and it also has a Scandinavian grind. What I like about this knife is the same, very grippy, but this one has what's known as a finger guard, and what that's good for is if you were to bear down your weight on the knife, this keeps your hand from sliding onto the sharp surface of the knife, and it keeps your fingers from being sliced open. That's one thing you don't want to do, is slice your hands open when you're out in the woods. So bring first aid kits. Yeah, I like also the belly of this blade because makes it great for not only skinning, which is what this knife is designed for. By the way, this knife is $23. The belly on this makes it great for feather stick. The back of the spine here makes it great for throwing sparks with a ferrocerium rod, helping you start that fire so you can get those s'mores. The sheath is this leather, nice stitched leather here, and then you have a little belt, little loop right back here. But I really like this knife. This is actually one of my favorite ones on the table. All of these knives are great, even if they're not my cup of tea. It seemed like that some of my friends that I went camping with recently, some of my Korean coworkers and as well as some American coworkers, they seem to be drawn to different knives on the table. So even if they weren't what I prefer in a knife, they seem to draw somebody to them, and everyone seemed to have their own knife by the end of the day. We had a lot of fun out there. Okay, so this knife, this is from SOG, or SOG, however you want to pronounce that. It's known as the Seal Strike. It's going to run you around $70, making it one of the more expensive knives here. But this knife can not only be good for camping or just the outdoors, but also just tactical purposes. So if you're in the military and you're looking for something to deploy with, this would probably be a good knife to have. The handle isn't as rubberized as the previous two, but it's very ergonomic. Nice little finger grooves here. They have a pommel, which means that this knife is a full tang. Unlike the previous two, the steel runs from the blade all the way through the handle, making a very strong knife. It can take a lot of beating. This one also has jimping at the back of the spine. Moving on to the sheath, so it's very interesting design here. This slides up and down, but this allows for easy access to the blade so that you can cut paracord, things on the go. We also have a sharpener here, as well as a ferrocerium rod integrated into the handle itself. This is more tactical, so it offers a lot of ways to be tied to your equipment or bag or to your person, and you have a clip back here on the sheath. Moving on to another tactical knife. This one is a very classic design. This is known as the K-Bar Small, and this one's going to run you around, let's see here, $45 on Amazon. Like I said, all these links are in the description box down below. But yeah, this design is time tested, proven since World War II. These knives have been used in the battlefield, from everything for tactical use as well as just survival uses, as well as just opening cans. These knives have just gone through it all. This has a rat tang, so although the tang does extend from the blade through the handle, it's not going to be as wide as some of the other knives that are going to be on the table here. But the handle, it's really hard to beat the handle on this. It's just a classic. It fills your hand. A very capable knife, like I said, time tested. Moving on to the sheath, you're going to find something very similar to the previous one as far as the lanyard is concerned. You do have a drainage hole back here. So that's the K-Bar Small. Moving on to the Buck Open Season Small Game. That's yes, that is the name of the knife. It's a very long name, but $68 is what this is going to cost you. But that's actually really good for the blade steel that you're getting, which is the S30V. So you could say it's a steel of a steel. Yeah. Anyways, the handle makes this better for things like hunting and camping. Very ergonomic though. And you really feel like you're getting a lot of knife for the size. You can see the size of this compared to the LMF2. Moving on to another Mora. You can never have enough more, as I say. The Mora Bushcraft Black is probably one of the best all-around fixed blade knives on the market for whether it be for just camping or survival or bushcraft. This knife can really do it all. It has a 90-degree spine, the carbon steel blade. This is a 3/4 tang, just like the first two knives, so its tang doesn't go all the way through, so just be careful, don't go crazy with it. But it has a Scandinavian grind. The sheath is similar to the first one that I showed you. It also rotates a little bit. Actually, it rotates 360. Like I said, one of the best knives that's on the table right now. It doesn't have a finger guard, but the handles fill your hand really well, and these is very ergonomic the way it's designed.
Yeah. I'm very good at this section, but my finger is broken.
Get the excuses out of the way.
Don't be a baby.
Whoa!
Jeez. That was amazing.
Master.
Moving on to the Gerber LMF2. The blade steel doesn't really hold up as well as some of the other knives here, but it can still take a beating. It can probably go through more stacks of or blocks of wood than some of the other knives, just because it's just a big old blade. And yeah, it feels comfortable in hand. It does feel a little weighty, but that's the intended use of this knife. It does have a pommel. You could break windows with this if you wanted to. And it has some holes in it so you can attach this to wood. If you wooden stick, make a spear out of it. It doesn't really have a 90-degree spine, but you can certainly make it into a knife that has a 90-degree spine. And this one does have a serrated edge, but doesn't mean that your version has to have a serrated edge. And the sheath, just like the previous tactical knives, it's very capable, very military-like. You could attach this to your vest or your backpack or your person. There's a ballistic nylon loop for your belt, and yeah, this is very versatile little sheath. And in fact, you can attach it to your legs even as well with these straps that come with it. Moving on to a smaller knife. This is from CRKT. This is the RSK MK6, designed by Doug Ritter, who's a very creative survival guru, I guess. And yeah, this is a fixed blade. You can see that has paracord wrapped handle as well as a paracord lanyard. What I did is I had this in the sheath, and I just had the lanyard just hanging out of the pocket. And yeah, I had this just just kind of as my secondary blade there for a while when I was camping recently. It's very comfortable, and yeah, I'm surprised I haven't heard more about this knife. You can see I was sharpening a pencil recently. But, yeah, I really like this knife. It'd be great for even like a survival kit or just a bug out bag. Next up is from Victorinox, which they're famous for making Swiss Army knives, and this is no exception. This is known as the Cadet Alox, and what I like about this knife is that it differs from the classic version of the Swiss Army knife, which is much smaller blade, and yeah, it's very useful in everyday situations for random purposes. But this can actually be good for in case you loaned your knives out to your friends. This is voice experience speaking. You still have this attached to your keys, and you sharpen sticks and all that kind of stuff. Just be careful, as you would with all these knives, kids especially, and make sure you use adult present, etc., etc. Sharp things cut. But yeah, you can still use this to sharpen sticks and cook those hot dogs and such. It also comes with other tools. I'm not going to go over everything that's inside this knife, but be sure to check that out in the description box. This one's going to run you around $29. The previous one is going to run you around $28. And the next one is not going to be as budget friendly. This one is going to run you around $99, making it the most expensive knife here on the table. This one is known as the Leatherman Signal. Excellent knife, great for biting into wood. Actually, it's one of the best knives here on the table for biting into wood, the way this edge is angled. It has a saw blade, and it has a 90-degree spine back here with a ferrocerium rod. It's got a whistle in there, also a sharpener and a bottle opener, a can opener, and obviously the pliers here, which are great for adjusting things like the grill. But excellent product, as well as all of these knives on the table. So be sure to check out the links. Like I said, they're all linked to Amazon for your convenience, and that does support my channel too if you click on those and end up purchasing something. Anyways guys, let me know what you think. Is your favorite knife on the table? What do you have the most experience with when you go camping? Let me know in the comment section. Y'all stay safe out there, and remember, it pays if you're prepared. God bless.